Hell yeah, boy.
Oh, this guy.
It's close by that I can grab.
Right next door, actually. I mean, I know this should be common sense, but try not to actually reveal where I live.
Stay tuned 4 hours later for Liam's credit card number.
I've already showed my address twice on screen.
Yeah.
Wasn't that when you were like ordering pizza?
I remember that.
Both times. Both times.
I remember that. I shut the curtain.
Yeah,
You're a little ascended. You're a little ascended right now.
Yeah, get that degen lighting. Looks pretty good.
He's so damn bright. Just ascended.
Also radiates brilliance.
Oh, it's not as bad when I cut it. Or if that's like degen AM.
That's comfy, dude.
I'm gonna grab a coffee and I'm gonna trust you guys. Whenever we get a donation or anything, you have to update it manually. There's a thing there. There's a thing here, donation total. Can you update that?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll leave that up to you guys.
Well, I need to fuck with.
Pay attention to this. Whenever you see it.
What's your stop key?
Number at 0.
Alright. I'm gonna jump on and try to get some text.
Oh yeah, you can do that now. Probably a good idea. I might as well move some chairs up here. Alright. Yeah, take your stool. I got your coffee. Alright. We came to the ultimate degen nerds today. Oh, I gotta change the game. Fuck.
Oh, fucking hell. Is it
I gotta change the game on the dashboard. Fuck.
Oh my god.
Hey, I can't do everything.
But what does 100% in this game entail?
Yeah.
So you just collect all the gems, complete all the levels.
In this game, there's just gems and all of
Well, that's just a
talismans, I guess, yeah. So, each level you beat in the first 2 homeworlds, you get a talisman. Plus 2 levels. So, get all. I probably could have mentioned it already, but I don't think it. Double jump. It's not really a double jump. Just basically jump, and then while not holding any directional buttons, you hit square while still holding
Not to like
X.
fuck up my place.
And that will give you a jump, and then you sort of charge and get height out of the charge. It allows us to pretty much break everything. Then becomes a lot of just straight lines. Like, coming from the end of the level and everything up from there. Most of the levels you just get straight to the end. Faster. Too many of that sort of stuff to get others. so the first thing we're going to do here, basically in any starting boss, so every boss game is able to be too early. So normally Rush with 6 tiles help wouldn't need, you don't need to hit any of those requirements to actually get into those bosses. First hit we're going to be doing is Crush Hit. Pretty simple. That's it. Helps get some damage. Oh, okay, stand up next to the wall, knock it down, double jump out.
Before you get to the castle,
Actually, much the not consistent. Don't fuck around. He moves in completely predictable patterns. Play that, make it the fastest, as fast as you can. So, we'll be doing some damage abuse here. Keep him on the same pad. You see, I think that when he starts walking away, that's because he's on the top of the pad and back to the line. We just do this every time. And we want to keep him on this specific pad through the phase of the fight. And we'll see why in a second. After see this pad, we'll do again. And the third phase of the fight is see. Here, goes a little bit off this. You'll also notice I'm doing a bit of optimization of direction and making Crush face. So you can see as I move around, he always has to face me sort of. So we manipulate that to make sure that he's facing the right direction, starts walking, so that way he doesn't need to. Please keep it facing. But on Crush. Technical. But frustrating. Portal. Action. And you double jump. Here you can see there's ladders behind. Okay, but this planes. Roof. Heads up by Zoe there. Then there's island that the way out there left. Go and get the orb that's turns out, ends up being faster to get it now, and then Death of You. That's Zoe that just after 30 seconds teleport. Zoe axes. But the actual. So, if you know this game at all, so this area is behind a cracked wall. Here. Doesn't look like there's anything there. As a sort of. That cracked wall was actually put up there unintended way after. Click into the wall. So yeah, goal is to click the wall like I did there. Do a charge glide. Charge and glide quick. Once you do that, you'll clip out of the wall. The only way. Oh, it's really great that it exists.
hope we finally...
Then we're involved. This fight is very heavily RNG dependent. You get these drops of things that accept weapons and we... Oh. So what we want to do is try and line up, as you saw there, adding 2 points of damages plus just that round to the fight. That's essentially what we're going to line up to do. Fine. That rock head, easy double hit, it's nice. As I said, fight's heavily RNG dependent. You can get bombs, rockets, or barrels. Say for example, you get triple bombs, there's no way you can get a double hit. So there are situations where you can get completely screwed by RNG. As well as the time it takes to
Oh,
go
sorry,
from
they can
a-
hear my,
where exactly they got the eggs is all RNG dependent.
I think I've finally come up with a way.
Sorry, that should fix it.
Alright, so an interesting thing with pretty much all of the Spyro games, when a level is not unlocked, it's stored directly beneath it like that. And so you can just get out, because you can get out of bounds pretty easily in or 2 and 3, you're able to just go underneath where that portal is actually stored. And then we can get into Dragon Shores early. And what I'm doing there is an out of bounds, sort of like a war glide flop to get out of bounds with a good double jump. And then we come over here, do a nice double jump, and then you can see that fireball power up behind that door there is meant to be for when you 100% the game. Because of how much fireball actually improves things, this is why. That fireball is essentially the entire reason we skip to the end of the game early to get that, and then we backtrack through the whole rest of the game to finish everything off, and it ends up being like ridiculous amounts faster to actually do that instead of just do the game, you know, as you go along. Testing. Okay. And what we've done there is a swim in air. This game, I swear it's going to calm down in a second. Swim in air works in this game because of how water works. So water isn't bodies of water, it's planes of water. And so the way they do it is if you pass through a plane, you get put into swim state. And then they assume, because of the way they designed everything, that if you've gone through a swim plane or a swim trigger, you'll be trapped inside of a body that they've deemed as like a swimmable area. But because you can, again, get out of bounds, and the water planes extend a little bit outside of those boundaries that they actually set, if you can pass through a water plane but stay out of bounds, you essentially get swimming in air and you can just swim wherever you want. And so we use that to get into Ripto early, skipping the 40 orb door requirement. Now it's not the only way to skip into Ripto, but it's by far the easiest way to get in there. So this fight is made very trivial by the fact we've got permanent fireball, and now we're done with that.
Right. Should be good.
Wait.
Can the Yeti still hear me? Okay, good, it can.
So now you'll probably be asking, why have you just fought Ripto? Because of the way this game is set up, 100% just, there's no extra 100% ending for beating Ripto or anything. And beating Ripto gives you extended sparks range.
I can get
so,
you on my Wi-Fi.
Getting extended sparks range again saves little amounts of time throughout the whole run, but it adds up pretty damn quickly. And so the rules of this game allow us to beat Ripto early and then just finish the run whenever we get the final item that gives us percentage.
Yeah, see you later, Martin.
And so now we actually get to do some levels finally. And so we have permanent fireball, which makes everything really cool. So you can see what I'm doing here. Essentially, well, we call them flame charges, but they're with fireball now. You can trick the game into having gems that are in baskets and vases home into you. So normally if you flamed them, they wouldn't home in at all. But because of the way the game works is if you're charging nearby one and you flame or fireball it, it just kind of assumes that you must have charged through it, right? And so the gem homes into you, even though you aren't actually charging through the vase or the basket. And so this allows us to, especially with fireball stuff from really far away, but get within a certain range to actually get the gem to home in while cutting a lot of corners. Again, the 100% category here is mostly made up of stuff that just saves little time everywhere. But because you are saving time everywhere, it adds up very quickly. We have the first instance of a mystery jar here, and we use that to break out of the cutscene that talking to the end level character plays. And so we get the orb at the same time there. That gem. And so the mystery jar works by, it starts at the end of the level. And you need to go grab it and work your way through. And so I guess it's sort of intended as a get to the end of the level and then work your way backwards. But because we can just skip straight to the end of the level, we can go to the end of the level, start the mystery jar, and then work backwards while getting everything else instead of the other way around. Supercharge here, that's not good though. Where am I? An interesting mistake. Alright, so that's a shame that I've fallen off there. So we'll go and start supercharge again. And so, for whatever reason, it's kind of weird, but you need to be supercharging to break through those doors. They're one of the few things that Firewall can't actually break in the game. So I needed to go back and grab supercharge again to actually finish that challenge. And so breaking all the pumpkins and everything, you leave that one there right until the very end, and then you'll get walked back up to the farmer here. Missed this, I need to come back and grab it. And then we just jump in the supercharge again and go to the last few gems we need of the level. So, these three, and then these phases here.
Matthew, when's the out of bounds world record coming?
I 100% another interesting entry here into the next level. Because we have skipped straight to the end, we don't have many orbs yet. And this next level requires 15 orbs to actually get into it. And so we need to do some more out of bounds trickery to actually get in. Again, like I mentioned, levels are stored directly underneath when they're not unlocked already. And so we can just go in there, glide underneath, and enter the level that way. Metropolis is a pretty fast-paced level. It's also very difficult, and it's cycle-based. So, depending on how well I play the opening, sort of affects how the ending is going to go. Okay, that's not a great start. And so there's an interesting thing with Extended Sparks range where he sort of seems to want to grab the gems that are furthest away all the time. And so in rows like that row of 5 1 gems there, I need to like grab them in a specific way, otherwise Sparks will just completely miss them even though it seems like he shouldn't. That's not the best. Yeah, so it seems to depend a bit on console version. So you have like 4 different versions of the PS2. The 90K seam is generally a lot better than all the others, but it also seems to have a bit more lag at times. It's generally not too bad, doesn't affect things too much, but yeah, there's definitely places where I'll point out a couple of places at some point where the lag is very noticeable. So this first set of UFOs, because I screwed up the out of bounds a bit, they weren't exactly on the cycle I was expecting. As I said, they're consistent if your movement for the first half of the level is consistent.
I don't know. Oh, it is.
But then the second one, because they only spawn when you talk to that person, it's completely predictable and you just finish this off nice and quickly like that.
Nice flying.
So yeah, apart from that last UFO, which can go one of 2 paths, everything's completely consistent about that second UFO challenge.
With all the clipping and sticking, you can still
Can you not use glitches, please? It's cheating.
Okay, I'll just stop using all the glitches now.
This is a casual playthrough marathon.
Yeah, sorry boys, I've ruined everything.
I'm not sure what you mean, to be honest. Like,
I
true.
mean, like, when you do any... It's actually...
No, so all items are actually collected. There's no, you know, gem duping or orb duping or anything like that. Spyro 3, funnily enough, has gem duping, but it's not in any way useful in a couple of places in the game. But yeah, no, we do physically collect every item that constitutes 100%.
I just...
It burns!
It's not too bad, to be honest.
So bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible. That.
So we've got our first speedway here. So the speedways in the 3 games sort of just kept adding on to stuff. So in Spyro 1, the speedways just had like this initial challenge we're doing where you fly around destroy or hit like 4 sets of 8 objects. Sometimes they're rings, sometimes they're tractors and goats and whatever they are. But you go through and collect the different sets of things, and then you get a time at the end, and you get a bunch of gems from it. And so that's the same in all 3 games. And then this game added on top of that the hunter challenges. And so you can see Hunter chilling over there. And so kill all the vultures. And then we retried that, and then we'll go say hello to Hunter, and we can start our first Hunter challenge.
I remember Hunter. Much about it.
Most people do, and they don't remember him fondly. Yeah. But yeah, I guess if it's still a true 100%, is up to your own definition. The general consensus is yes, it is, but some people are, not into that thing. There's sort of been talk in the past about like glitchless runs of Spyro, but no one's ever really taken it seriously, I guess. It's mostly been outsiders to the community being interested in that. Yeah.
Pilot Wars.
Star Fox PS1.
Just happy we started like on time too. Like with all.
Get ass.
Does someone want to tweet me? This is live or whatever.
Yeah.
I forgot to actually do that. So.
We should probably all.
I didn't even...
Did I not? I thought I looked at it and unlocked it. Oh, those stairs are nice.
That's cool. Plugging in. You probably want to plug.
Weird. I like to use the Logitech.
Gosh.
Not up. I do like the Logitech cable. I think down the back. Down the back. Oh, no.
So this is an interesting level in the way it's sort of, we need to complete it. So there's, you would have noticed I picked up that egg and I've still got the egg in my mouth at the moment. So this whole level is essentially rooted around the trade challenge. So we need to put the egg in a nest and then get a, seed for a plant. And then from there we get like a rubber duck and stuff, and it's essentially a very long trade quest. So yeah, so now I put the egg there, and so then I get a new item, and so as I said, the whole level is rooted around that. The egg should be there. Cool. So it definitely makes for some interesting rooting. A very compact level. It'd probably be pretty fast. If... That's really good. Yeah. it'd be like an insanely fast level if we didn't have to do the whole trade quest because yeah, everything's very compact and together.
Yeah. Something that I probably should. That AV one. Doesn't okay, and I've messed with. What the fuck is it? Nah, sorry. And we don't have Family Guy for the PS2 either, sorry. Sorry.
The second challenge is also getting those 4 thieves. There's one interesting thing about them where as the animation for the spark plug sort of comes to you, it ends up being faster to pause and unpause. And that just skips that whole cutscene of the spark plug actually flying towards you. So we now have the coin to go in the fountain. Oh, that's not a good sound. Okay, good, it popped out. That was concerning.
Sorry to hear.
My pencil!
Good, Joe. Thank you for the luck. And that's Mystic Marsh done. We got the Professor his pencil. The nice thing about the early Ripto route is that we don't need to do any revisiting to the Winter Tundra homeworld because we've already, in the non-early Ripto route, because you don't beat Ripto until the very end of the game, you skip all the way to the end to get Fireball and everything, but then you need to go back to the start of the game and then come back to Winter Tundra because you need to beat Ripto. Because we've already beaten Ripto, we can just do everything here straight away, and we don't need to do a whole revisit, which means we don't need to load the homeworld again, which is a pretty big time save. Homeworld loads take quite a long time, so it's very nice. Yeah, there's not too much to say. The game in 100%, once you sort of get past the first 15 minutes, becomes just very movement heavy. A lot of the same everywhere. Double jumping and fireball charging. You'll notice I bonked on something there.
I suppose.
This challenge is meant to be with these
really nice.
weird little like fire goblin things. And those fire goblins, even before they spawn,
awesome,
and they spawn once you get 21 enemy souls. Once they spawn, you can see them, but before they spawn, they're actually still there. They're just invisible, and so you can bonk on them. Your fireballs can hit them instead of going where you want them to.
I'm a secret. Spyro.
That's pretty cool. I
like running.
This time.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's a shame. We're meant to, like, as you saw, I sequence braked there. I killed the guy that you need to kill to like finish the level, and then as he was dying, went down and started the Agent Zero challenge. And so what that does is, while you're collecting the orb, he sort of does his first little bit that you would have seen now that I had to wait for, and was a bit slow. So it's essentially just multitasking, doing one thing while another thing is going. There's a fair bit of that in this game, especially like in the last level as well, Mystic Marsh, doing the trade challenge and the thieves challenge, all the while collecting everything else in the level.
What?
Oh, that's... Rep timer, I guess.
What the fuck? The timer stopped.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh, that's close.
Huge fucking world record. I'll just start from it.
Yeah, you can probably just look at the how long we've been live and take 3 minutes off it or something like that.
Try and find the point. Just let me know what time we're up to. You're only a minute into the run, dude.
Oh, hell yeah. World record time, boys.
That deal with all the discovered. Could you give like an estimate time of what you're up to? Maybe?
Trying to think. Probably like
Oh, thank
45, 50?
At about what?
That might be a bit.
How do I start at that time? Yeah. I'll just go like...
Probably, yeah, something like that maybe. Makes it easy for me to beat estimate, I guess.
I don't know what the hell happened there. I think I'm locked off. People are accidentally on it. I didn't get it working. Fuck's sake. I should have asked you.
What can you do? You're playing a marathon in a week, it's not going to be the best.
I have a backup idea. Is that you? That makes sense, David. So, hold on to your stick. Yeah. This is...
What am I doing?
What I need. It's just... Like it's
Oh
just
my
duplicate.
goodness.
Yeah, like
Okay,
it's
this is
just
terrible.
And then you just have to run the... Yeah, probably like a lost cake. Yeah. For PC games, so like pile around. I can't. Because I have to, I can't really just play a review of a PC game, otherwise the frames will go fucked. My PC's not that great.
This challenge is mostly RNG, but it's somewhat like there's RNG elements that make it hard to get consistent at it. If you do the same thing at the same time every time, then it can be consistent. But the dude that throws the hockey puck out throws it out at variable speeds, and so it's not really easy to just, you know, do the same thing every time. Sometimes he'll throw it out super fast, sometimes he'll throw it out slowly, and there's not much you can do about it either way. The second hockey is a bit more easy to manipulate. The enemy goalie will always throw the puck to his teammate, and so if you if you put yourself in between the enemy goalie and the enemy player, he'll just throw the puck straight at you and you can spit it into the goal.
Still have stay hydrated bot in the chat. Just remember everyone, you need to stay hydrated.
Oh, that's a shame. That's fine.
Well done.
Yeah, this is the next GDQ. It's gonna be Liamcon.
See, that's the funny thing. You say that, but that's basically how you started.
No, I wasn't sure.
So these two levels are kind of shit in that they both have like very RNG reliant sections. This first part isn't too bad, but then before too long we'll be into fish, and fish is completely RNG dependent on how well it goes, so kind of lame. So again, the theme of levels that are sort of based around doing a challenge continue. This whole level route is based around this guy here that gives us 3 challenges.
Okay, the thing is, if you actually go to my Twitter, you can see what our layout, what we're dealing with is right here. It's pretty big shit fest right now. Well, it's not a shit fest, it's just crammed, kind of.
I actually
So, orange and blue fish, this guy likes. Doesn't like red fish though, because he's a picky bastard. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, what's red fish? Red fish are great. Red fish are my favorite. So anyway, he doesn't like red fish. If we get red fish, we just lose time, and so we just need to wait here until orange and blues decide to jump out of the water, so. There's also, it's not too bad on, okay, well, as I say that, it's generally not too bad on NTSC, but the fish have like different jump heights. And so you saw there was a fish there that I fireballed in, but it didn't actually go into the mouth. You can deal with almost anyone on NTSC, but sometimes like that fish jumped out super low, so I needed to sort of change the way I fireballed it to make sure it went in the mouth. But I've had some in the past where like a fish will jump out of the water and there's just no chance to actually get it into the...
Yeah, I have to, technically. I can't play it.
Superman.
Yeah.
It runs faster when you play it. Fucking really tiny rocket.
If you jump on...
SM64, you mean Superman 64? Titanic.
So we're done with that challenge now, and it's one of the few proxies that are in the run, and this one's very consistent and pretty easy to get. So proxy off that open chest and get up out here and go along the rooftops to get all of this stuff. So as I said, that proxy is pretty consistent. It works because of how the hitbox of the chest is. So when it's open, there's sort of like a big area that you're able to charge through, but you're not able to, you know, just jump inside. And so if you charge into it, and then for, like, you tap X, and so for one frame, you'll, how do I explain this? So for one frame, you won't be charging, and so it tries to throw you out of the chest once you're not charging. But then because you go straight back to charging, the momentum just sort of works in a way that throws you up into the air. So nice little supercharged trick off that rock there, just get launched up.
Spyro.
So we're through those 2 levels now, which is always a good feeling. If you're through those levels and, you know, you're ahead in a run, it's a pretty nice start, and then you've just got the second half to go.
Hi, Spyro. Okay.
So I remember these jumps.
Nice.
You need the like hover ability. Is it actually possible to make it without it?
No, not at all. And you don't even need to, like, so this one he's like, you know, you need to do a walking charge and you need to hover right at the end of the jump, but no, you can just charge jump over there. Like, you don't even need to double jump or anything. It's completely, like, intended mechanics. You can get over there without hovering. That one, however, you need to hover for. That's definitely not intended. And so we'll go through the back here and we'll get a second form of swim in air. So the one I talked about earlier was abusing the fact that planes sort of extend out of bounds a little bit. This one's abusing the animation when Spyro starts swimming. So he sort of does this little bob up and over, and if you get right up on some ledges, he'll do that and get pushed out of the body of water, but still complete that animation. And when he completes that animation, he goes into the swim state. So you can abuse that and get into swim in air, and then go out of bounds, do whatever you want because you're swimming, you know? So, second speedway here. This one's a bit more tricky than Canyon. Again, made a lot faster by Fireball. Or, I say a lot, it's only about 2 seconds faster with or without Fireball, so... We used to do this speedway right at the start of the run, but a route was made that saved, you know, like I said, about 2 or 3 seconds. Well, not made, but you know, made consistent, saved a couple of seconds, and so, especially with the introduction of early Ripto, this speedway got put earlier into the run than it used to be. Or got taken out of how early it was in the run. It used to be the very second level you did was this. And then we've got the Hunter Challenge again.
I guess not. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can probably just. Honestly, look, worst case scenario, I might have to. Yeah. It's easy.
And so this challenge is sort of, as you can imagine, a little unintended. The hunter always follows the same path, and you're meant to follow right behind him. But I got that. Yeah, I did. So yeah, you're meant to follow right behind him, but he moves pretty slowly. And so because we know where he is, as long as we get to all the ones that he turns green before they get too small, we can get extra ones along the way to speed up the end of the challenge. AC is so nice. Dang. Yeah, I think he's moving, so all that hectic stuff. Yeah, although apparently he doesn't want to move to whatever area. I can't even think of what it was, but he wasn't a fan of it apparently. So now we get to spend 4 minutes or so with SpongeBob.
Spyro.
So yeah, I don't know why, but this voice actor,
The next block.
Yeah.
Remember to press triangle when you are very close to the window, or you won't make it.
for whatever reason, this voice actor, I mean it's Tom Kenny, he just decided the SpongeBob voice was suitable for these little guys as well. I didn't charge again. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, which just came first, I don't even know. Spyro or SpongeBob.
Run through that laser?
Yeah, so again, because of how everything's sort of put together in this game, I guess, stuff only works in one direction, so if you're on the side that they don't expect you to be and it's still on, you can just run straight through them. The collision's only on one side.
Like, basically, every game.
Not basically, every gem.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're coming up to a challenge here, which is, I don't know, it's a cool challenge. There's been like loads of work done into making this challenge consistent and fast. So you'll see we get all the gems once we're done here, and then there's just this last challenge to do to finish things off. Except I don't have all the gems, so that's interesting.
That'd be actually. Being SSDs as well. I remember in Half-Life we time in real time, but it's sucked because I would lose like loads.
How is any PC game not loadless?
Well,
really?
it wasn't for a while, but then we had to make a load timer.
Yeah.
I will be running today. Thanks to Alpha.
Oh, I just fucking left. I don't have all the gems. No. It's at the start anyway, so pretty sure I know where it is. It's silly though, having to load this level again. Another pretty fast-paced level coming up in Sunny Beach. Very short level. Again, everything's compact. We can get to the end very quickly, so it's hard to do well, but when it goes well, it feels nice. Yeah, the AT headphones are nice. I have a pair, though yours are nice and red. The way you say that, it makes it sound like you have specific belts for specific pairs of jeans.
Oh, I know where
Yeah.
jeans that I have.
Right.
Thank you.
I get belts from Connor. They do nice belts and they're expensive as fuck. But they don't do they do 32 to 34 and 34 to 38 or 36 to 38. 36 to 38 is too big for me. 32 to 34 is not big enough, and they don't do 34 to 36 apparently. Annoying. Yeah, I don't know. It goes into JCam for whatever reason. It's just for this challenge. Besides, it's I don't know. Works better for this specific challenge. Also, I got an extra turtle there. It's a bit silly. I just wasn't really thinking. It's this one. It is this one. Yeah. It's a bit of time for that. That middle one's a bit annoying. You need to sort of angle him off the wall to get him straight into the water. And that can happen. Where'd he go? Decent. Rats indeed. Yo, Izzy. How you doing, boy?
Find yourself now.
Thanks for the 5 bits.
Oh hell
Quick,
yeah.
update the bits!
What's up, Racer? How you going? It's gonna be a while till Nightfire starts. Like, a long time.
That's fine. Not like we have 7 hours of content before then or something.
Chrome's at 100.
Maybe you shouldn't play it on stream.
Yeah, I was...
Unmute it.
That's good. That bottom snipe's interesting. You can sort of charge up against the wall there and poke your nose through, and then because of the way the fireball sort of spawns in, it spawns like just in front of your face, and okay, that's cool.
Oh.
I've been having trouble with these sharks for some reason.
See, Gracer, I had to cut Spyro 3. It was submitted, but
Yeah, it's a fucking no. I mean, it's fine. Like I said, I would have been fucking shitty at the game anyway because I've not been playing them at all. I'm bad enough at this right now.
What's up, Kipper? Oh, Nitro, what's up, dude? I had to cut Spyro like 40 hours. Yeah, I had to cut Spyro 3. I didn't cut my hair. I still have my hair. I'm just not in the frame. It's alright.
Yeah. Yeah, if we reach $1,000, we'll give Liam a buzz cut today.
Yeah, yeah.
See, really hope that doesn't happen.
You did it.
Get to it, guys. You know you want to see that.
I've been trying. Great. Hop on his back and guide him through each of the rings of bubbles as it appears. And remember, he's brand new.
This challenge used to be super boring. You just did the challenge essentially, but in the last, I don't know, there is that extra green. In the last year or two, it's been optimized a lot to grab a bunch of gems during the Manta Ray challenge.
How did the
Which
Samson,
means
what do you
we,
mean by that, greaser? No!
I hated this one too when I was younger. This one was annoying.
Yeah. I think that was a bit dodgy because I had to get gems I'm not used to having to get, but we're fine. And we get these ones here. Go through this ring backwards for whatever reason and then get that last one.
In.
Works. Like, who's fault? Oh, yeah.
And that's Summer Forest done. So now we've done Winter Tundra completely, all the levels there. Done Summer Forest, all the levels there. Now we just need to finish off Autumn Plains and then we're done.
Oh, Samson.
Simple as that. Skelos is a pretty hard level. You sort of have to play with damage abusing a lot, and so you often have pretty low sparks, and so if you take damage that you're not meant to, it can lose you quite a lot of time. Imagine not doing ER in this day and age. Everyone's doing it.
Was Spyro 2 bonus world?
No. If it did, we probably wouldn't do earlier post sort of thing, but yeah, so you get Dragon Shores when you beat the game, and so yeah, you get Fireball there when you hit 100%, but there's no, like, you don't get any extra percentage, like, it's just once you beat the game, that's it, sort of thing, whereas the other two have an extra world which gives you a bunch of extra percentage, which is why you end up with like 120 and 117%.
That, let's stay.
Spoiling the surprise.
Loading up. I was dying. Oh yeah. Have a dance category.
It actually does, yeah.
I have
Yeah,
the
it's-
time, by the way, I'm doing.
Called Bone Dance. You basically do any percent into this level and then get the Bone Dance. It's like a 5-minute long category. Pretty cool though. You have the same in Spyro 3 as well.
Category.
Jump on. Drop glider.
I really want to show Drake that now. I really
A bit of unfortunate RNG there. That red gem can fall off, or it cannot. If it doesn't, or if it does fall off, you lose some time because you need to jump off that pillar to grab it.
There's a category. There's the that's archive category. It's like how fast you can fail the game. We're in Jedi. I hate it. Killed Rosh right at the start.
Uh-oh.
How did they know?
It's also like life Ram. I can die.
Thank you for helping.
No, it's just it falls off the thing. You need to go down and get it and loses like a second or two. It's not major, but it's annoying.
It's a thing.
Well done.
It falls off the level. I don't know of anything off the top of my head in Spyro 2 that can fall off the level, but in Spyro 1, in most cases, if a gem falls into the void, it will just auto-collect. We're not going over, like, or single digit hours, so yeah, you should just be able to adjust it to what it is now and be fine. Nice, though. What pigeon did I miss? Oh, I'm not missing a pigeon. What the fuck? I'm gonna do it, basically. No, there's nothing like that in 117 that I can think of. Greaser. There's a few cases where you can get a gem despawn, one of those being Spooky Swamp, where the gem falls into the water in Spooky Swamp, sometimes it can just disappear. And a similar thing in, what was it, Icy Peak. Gems can just fall through the world, though they're not like permanently gone or anything, whereas the Spooky Swamp ones are proper despawn, where it just doesn't show up again. But that gem despawn is like super rare. I don't even know how it occurs. So. No, I don't know of anything Molten Crater along those lines.
You got the people. Instead of another reason. But what?
Whoa!
Add it a bit. Just put the dick up.
That was a bad jump. You can get out of bounds there. It's a bit awkward though. There's like invisible walls all around that make it a little harder than it looks. But you would normally just get to here from the end of the level.
Alright. You're on it.
Well done.
The only problem with this trigger is it's fun. I have no idea what you're
challenge,
talking
by the
about,
way.
Reese, so. Yeah, we'll also ask, how's the audio? Like, can anything be brought up or down? I said, how's the audio? Clearly because you couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
Go adjust this game.
Pizza time.
Gibson's.
Harrison. Testing 1, 2, 3. Pizza time.
That's not the way. I fucking hate this challenge, dude.
Thanks to the host.
I don't think anyone's gonna be on much.
There's always one or two. In those IRC bots that always sit there.
The host.
Nice.
host,
My boy,
Thanks
nice.
for the one viewer host, everyone, and I wonder who those one viewers are.
Thanks, Spyro.
Yeah, Buckerman.
gonna hit
Thank
you
you
with
for
that
the
two-viewer host.
good luck.
I'm already hosting you.
Auto host, yeah. I've earned so many new viewers because of your auto hosts.
Yeah, I don't know what I've been stand up.
Yeah, I get them too. You know who I still... It's actually Ninja. Oh, okay.
Just in case you like make me nervous. Hello.
Call me, it's just call me.
Yeah.
What am I gonna say? Paracusia with the host.
Wait. The 2 million viewer.
What am I gonna say? Better remember this.
I didn't know if my command showed up or not. Thanks, Pokemon. I'm just fucking practicing how to use the host command.
Yeah,
You're gonna be
no.
in your own channel.
Yeah.
I'll believe. What you're saying.
3 viewers!
What?
What?
Who the fuck's on my channel?
Electric skateboard and electric longboard.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be it. Yeah.
My favorite local.
You know what they are, right?
Yeah, they host a channel and like do some shit with it to like something.
You win like hosts and stuff.
Oh, that's right. They don't host a channel. They lurk on your channel.
Yeah. Or stay hydrated bot.
I mean, stay hydrated, but at least does something.
Yeah, it does something useful. What are the donations going to?
ASM funds.
Yeah, we're basically gonna split all the money between us and just go to our ASM funds. That's what it's going to.
Forget donating. Nice.
Yeah, gotta love that electrical skateboard guy. He just
What a lad.
he watches everyone's streams, but he just doesn't talk. He's a mute.
Guys, imagine this.
And his,
every stream on Twitch at once, 24/7.
Vague one.
Yeah, I don't know about Fagwin or Thronezilla though.
I've never heard of Throne.
I've seen Thronezilla
I think
heaps.
I'm aware of them.
Yeah.
Them.
I don't know. Am I the only guy that doesn't think Stay Hydrated mod is actually, like, bad?
No, I know heaps of people that think it's fun.
I love the stay hydrated meme.
Especially when the only problem is like you can put it in anyone's channel.
Yeah, though they have to fix stuff like that to get it unbanned or something.
I don't know, but it's funny.
I think they did
It's
try
funny
it.
because like it's in Punk's chat and a bunch of other streamers, and they didn't even add it.
I'm kind of annoyed because I give to sub and
Oh, what the fuck? That's so shit. Yeah, gifting subs to Stay Hydrated bot, that's the best meme. You didn't drink water till it became funny.
The best meme is giving Stay Hydrated bot mod.
Yeah.
Bot spot mod.
Yeah, bot spot.
My next donation goal is going to be to ban bot. I think people might actually donate.
Probably. I know people that are like vocally against butt spot. They just despise it.
My new donation goal is Matt Timber gets a CRT.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want your next one to be Punk gets a DVD US?
Maybe. See, the thing is, Punky like wouldn't be caught dead watching my stream, so I don't know. The only time he's ever come into my stream is when Para was here, and that's it. That was before he really talked to me. And he doesn't even really talk to me, he just knows me because I'm that guy who goes in and always complains about his capture quality. It's not even like I give a shit about it anymore, it's just funny.
Bracklets. Don't. Oh, okay, we're fine. So that last guy was that's what we call one cycle. That last guy was trying to spawn a Draclet back. They do that if you don't kill them quick enough, and so...
I will give Punky shit over one thing though, and that was the time he had his fucking air purifier like right up next to his mic.
It wasn't next to it.
Oh, yeah, but you could like barely hear you, and like half the stream was just like and everybody kept telling him, it's too loud, it's too loud.
He just kept it as a
and he just kept it, and then like halfway through the stream, he's just like, can you guys stop talking about my mic quality?
No, we've just got to feed this lost leopard, and then he'll come back to his owner. More just auto-scrollery stuff, really. Collected all the gems now, we just need to give him his fish, and then he'll be happy.
I hope you like auto-scrollers, because in Nightfire there's a 7-minute long one.
There's two in mine.
There's like a 4-minute long one.
Okay, you have an auto. You have an auto scroller, Liam.
I have technically 3 auto scrollers.
Yeah, but do yours require 0 input?
Maybe Alpine Escape, but I still have to do stuff in that.
I say. Whereas mine, I put my plane in the corner of the screen and walk away.
Tomorrow Never Dies. Look, Tomorrow Never Dies only has one interesting thing, and that's that at the end of, I think it's the first level, you get to do skiing as James Bond. That's fun. And you can do like tricks and stuff. Honestly, if I was gonna run another Bond game, it'd be GoldenEye or heck, maybe Agent Under Fire, but Nightfire is just so much fun.
Do people do like whole game runs of GoldenEye? Like I feel it's exclusively an IL game from like my experience with it.
IL's are just more popular, but people do RTA.
Yeah.
It is a thing. The skiing sucks. Oh, it's on. You get to ski twice, dude. Yeah, that's all I remember about Tomorrow Never Dies. Is I played it as a kid, but all I remember is the skiing. That's it.
This level's super interesting. Most people will remember it for having trouble with the trolley, eh? We don't really do much with the trolley, so we don't have to worry about having trouble with it.
When I first played through this kid, I ran all the way along the track before you
Yeah, well, that's what we're gonna be going for here.
Oh yeah.
You were a speed man as a kid. It's confirmed.
I'm pretty sure I was like just chilling on this level for like an hour. So
Oh, I remember this now. Oh my god. So you don't even
this is
use.
what I did. I ran along the track.
I did. I
So,
would have
yeah.
never even thought to do this.
No, for the longest time, people thought, like, people knew that you could get on the track like this. Obviously, we had double jump and everything, you know, for a long time. But people just didn't think it worked. Like, they thought that, oh, you could collect all the gears and, you know, it didn't just auto warp you when you, like, finish the challenge.
You know what this reminds me of? Bloody GTA San Andreas, the train mission. When you find out you can just drive the bike on top of the train and shoot them yourself instead of letting Big Smoke do it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Spyro.
But yeah, it turns out if you just run along the top of the track, and we do it in a couple of different paths just because it works out pretty fast, but you can just run along the track, and then once you get all of the gears, if you go and talk to the guy, he'll just give you the orb and you don't need to get on the trolley at all.
Yeah.
Whereas people just assumed that they would get warped once they got everything, and because they didn't, they just assumed it didn't work. A bit of a clan proxy there as well, just a little bit faster to get up onto the track here.
Non-existent in Nightfire. They have to get all the gears.
Yeah, so you do have to get all the gears, and then we'll get the last one here, and just glide on into the room where that guy's chilling. I almost crashed the game, man. That would have been great.
What? Crash
Yeah,
the game?
yeah. If you like land behind that vase and just sit there, it'll just crash. I don't know. The game just gets confused or something. But yeah, that was actually very close to crashing, so that was scary.
Any heart attack?
Yeah.
I really, really hope I don't. Oh, if I stop walking like I'll just regret. I hope I don't crash in Half-Life. Yeah, my in-game time gets
Thanks
lost.
for.
No, yeah. So if the game crashes, music keeps playing, and then you'll just get random like dialogue and shit as well. So the music will keep playing. We'll start playing like the next level's tracks and stuff, and then you'll get to parts where you'll just hear, you know, a Moneybags line randomly or a Hunter line. Just because that's how discs work. All the audio is placed like in succession on the disc, but just in random order, and then they just, you know, point at here when you do, like, when you want to play that certain thing. And so if it crashes, there's just no point at it here bit. It just plays whatever it was playing, but then keeps on going afterwards.
Yeah. It looks.
It'd probably be better for the game if
I'm changing
looks fine.
Whereas,
My sister.
Yeah, that's to the cafe next. Loyalty card.
hit Bombo. So, this is the racially insensitive part of the run.
Oh,
Come on, bro.
oh, come on, bro.
Curious to see how this guy ends up in the remake this year. Can't wait for the BuzzFeed articles.
Spyro reignited is problematic. 9 reasons why.
Don't say the O word. Orient. Alright.
Come on, bro.
Come on, Tomodachi.
The monkeys.
There's a cool thing you can do here with the weird camera, where if you do that, it'll shoot the fireball from way above your head, just because of, I don't know, because the camera's in a weird sort of mode.
Oh my god, nice.
As you
Ace over here with his fucking Oz-Pole sub emote.
Yeah, give us a Tony Abbott.
Yeah, check out the Tony Abbott now.
Shouts to ASM 2015 when we had the Tony Abbott emote, then it got the can. That was the best emote ever. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
The original Tony... I remember that was the meme of 2015. I remember when Dave the Fade did his link to the past run. We were setting it up, and it was like, oh, are we gonna have a custom name? And Softy was like, okay, Twitch chat, you have like 30 seconds to give a name, and someone in the crowd shouts out, Tony Abbott! And he's just like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I thought Fireball through the cutscene there.
yeah.
You're so close.
Go for a snipe here on Bombo so that we don't have to aim at him later. Cool, we hit him there. Saves a bit of time from stopping up here and aiming at him.
If I got one of these, Para, I could have basically any N16 game.
Effectively, as a small
But
list.
are you allowed to run on? Yeah. Be good for just practice.
It's a good fire. Unless you really like it. I just went through with 2 rings.
Need to get a... If I get an NTSC day, I know this works the other way around, but get an NTSC day, I can cut off the things inside.
They're
Things
both
like-
exactly the same
yeah.
hardware.
Yeah.
Great job.
Then I need to get NTSC. I could technically play PAL games on it, if it would run at 560 speed. Oh, right. I don't see why I'd want to get PAL though.
Yeah, you only don't know only
Trains. Yeah, trains. But only...
might be
I don't know. Carl Jobs told me, like, I need to get NTSCU. This?
There's Fracture Hills, or Scotland, whichever you prefer. So we do some interesting stuff here. With you saw there was sort of 2 cutscenes there. We can we do a lot of doubles with these satyrs.
Yeah.
We do a couple of them.
Yeah, sorry, Grace. So we've got 2 mics. So we've got a Yeti on the table here. But if it feedbacks into the mic that's next to his mouth, which I might fix. Sorry. Oh, we did? What is it? Oh, do I still have media share on? I hope I don't.
$20 from
Holy shit.
Holy shit, Nace, you fucking
Boy,
shit.
nice. You've bought us all breakfast.
What did he say?
If you were killed tomorrow, I would have gone to the Thanks for the $20, Nace.
Fucking legend.
I don't know if the alert popped up. No, it's not.
Yeah, great. Just keep those Earth Shapers away from me, and I'll take this potion to Hunter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there it is. Nate donated $20. We've all earned $5.
Hell yeah. So we're doing a bit of a sequence break here. We're doing, well, we're getting a bunch of gems while that alchemist is sort of moving to Hunter very slowly. And so we'll get a bunch of gems, and then we'll get a fawn orb. All things going to plan, and they've not. So that's great. I'm just gonna stop talking.
Come on, the runners aren't supposed to tell you how to run it.
Yeah, so if things had gone well, I would have got the fawn orb that I'm gonna have to get a second here instead. Well, would have got it before, so I wouldn't need to get it after, sort of thing. This one here.
Yeah, we're gonna fly there with each about $5.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Plus, I think there's a jump button here. Yeah. Making like $75 just from existing today because I'm on call.
You're on what?
I'm on call for a thing at work. So, like, if I don't get any calls just by existing, I make like $150 this weekend.
So you can technically get called into work.
Yeah, I've got my laptop there that I can do work on. I just need to connect to Wi-Fi.
Alright.
But yeah, I am the 24/7 support for this customer.
Yeah, right.
So technically I can get called at like 3 AM in the morning.
It's not a PBN. Not a P. It just looks like a regular. Those are like.
To be honest, oh yeah, and it's a stereophone. Well, they're screening best friends.
Oh, nice.
So it's like actually.
I'd like to see it. I haven't seen it. Yeah, I'd like to. Not really the same experience as the room though. Maybe.
Hey,
Are you gonna go?
I'm ready when you are.
You gonna try and go?
I'll try to go.
Yeah. I feel you there.
I think. We'll podcast with yeah, I usually
Yeah.
some big touch. My page. Make.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna play. Basically try. What if my time?
I'll give you
Yeah.
Yeah, popcorn's an interesting challenge. A little bit of RNG, but mostly it's all in your control. I find it's a lot about camera manipulation and listening, so you can, so that you can tell, where the popcorn is without necessarily seeing it straight away, as well as making sure your camera is in a decent place to where you can sort of plan your next popcorn that you're going to go for. Oh my god, it keeps getting in the way. That should be well done. This is pretty slow.
You're really...
So we're getting very close to the point here. The second last level, and then we've got a speedway after that, and all done.
I have to do the 007. Oh,
Big rip.
okay, that's 5. We'll see. Depending how I feel, I won't pull it out of it because it's a race. So it's a 4-person race, so it doesn't really matter. How long do you think you have in this one?
Less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Probably like way less than 10 minutes, I think.
yeah. It's
Yeah, 10 minutes is probably a fair estimate.
any percent greaser. It will be just over schedule. Yeah, 70. What's wrong with any percent? Any percent is the best category, Slatanic. No clipping is so boring. All tokens is alright. Double O Agent is just stupid. All platinums is just excessively long, but it is somewhat entertaining.
So, bit of a sequence break there as we killed the last party pooper for the party pooper orb challenge. We also triggered the end of level cutscene by getting on top of the volcano, and so as we're getting the orb, we just sort of get pulled up to the end of the level and get the orb while we're getting the talisman as well. So, these gems here are a bit interesting. With extended sparks range, a lot of the time you can leave gems that are like outside portals like that until afterwards. But for some reason, if you leave those 3 gems until afterwards, Sparks just won't grab them on his way out. So you need to grab, well, you don't need to grab them before, but it ends up being faster to just grab them before instead. So, start of this level is just walking Shorty through everywhere. He's got to eat these berries and then he grows big and smashes through the doors. There are ways to actually skip to the end, but because Shorty can't get there and he's the one that gives you the talisman, they're not actually useful. So I have a bit of a gem count here. I know I need 10 enemies coming into here at a minimum, so I'm all good on enemies. Because we need 18 for the power up in this level, otherwise we can't start the challenge.
Yeah, the thing is...
No, you're right. You go.
I'm gonna say, Greaser, the thing about EV though is it's like, if you can't get it within 10 tries, it's like, even then, like I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna mess it up like more than 3 times, and if I do, well, I can still get a sub 40. Depending how the rest of the run goes.
Thanks for helping.
That's my goal for today is a sub 40. Or, actually no, I'm gonna say a 38, but it's all gonna be about change. Everything else.
So yeah, that little guy there, he's got this power up next to him, and you don't
guess.
technically need the power up to actually do this challenge. You can just fireball them all from like complete safety, but he won't actually start the challenge unless you've activated that fireball power up. He's just like, no, you can't do this, you know? And so you do actually need to activate the invincibility power up.
I have a...
We save all her brothers, and we've just got the lamp thieves to finish off, and then a couple more gems and we're done here. Kill him, and then another small sequence break here, break that, we get walked up there, and then the last mystery jar cutscene happens while we're talking to this guy.
I don't have enough controllers, Slaytanic. I only have 2 controllers, and one's my good controller, and the other one's my Smash one. I only have like third-party ones, which is shit.
Okay, just one last speed way to go, and then we're done here. About 2.5 minutes on time.
Oh,
hell
fuck
yeah.
yes. That's a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take GoldenEye. I don't like my games running at like... Yeah.
The only time I think I've played GoldenEye multiplayer was that fucking Bartronica when I was drunk off my mind.
Oh.
Softman fucking shot me the whole time.
Dude, I was trying to play Melee there. Fuck, it was so horrible.
I had sat down in front of GoldenEye and I like couldn't fucking see straight, and I was just sitting there like not able to do anything.
The thing is, like, they had it on Greaser. They had it on LCDs there, all their games. There was not one CRT there.
LCD was awful fucking.
Yeah, and it was like stretched too. It wasn't fucking black bars. It was so bad. Like both Smash 64 and Melee, you like the delay. It was like almost a full second. It was horrible.
I picked up every N64 favorite fucking, and I just wanted to.
Good job.
I was so happy I was pissed that night. Hey, otherwise I would have just left.
You maneuver through the ring. Don't miss any or we'll
It was still better than GG Easy though. That place.
GG Easy is fucking shit.
It was alright, but it was just packed as fuck.
Kidding? But yeah, let's go do a fucking aiming.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Alright, this is the last challenge,
felt
so
like
when I get the
Greaser.
orb for this, it's time. If
It was
someone
probably
wants to get that.
probably like half a second realistic, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with Superman 64.
Alright, so time is coming up in 3, 2, 1. Not bad, though that definitely isn't my actual time.
Yeah.
Grab on world record.
Well, no, not even. Can't even get world record with a 5-minute
Alright.
bonus. But yeah, that was Spyro 2.
Gonna transition over, so now I get to show off my sick idle screen. Right. Just gonna transition over.